Hello YouTube. Quickly before the video starts, I do stream on Twitch every single day, twitch.tv/lonelyalex. But today I'll be rating every single agent on console. Now this will include every single agent, including the new character Raze. Now I'm going to be rating all of these based on console and how the meta is right now. Now I'm going to be rating a lot of characters a lot higher than you would expect, and a lot of characters a little bit lower, because right now console is mainly focused on a TDM meta. I've been playing Valorant on console ever since the closed beta, and I ended off as number 4 Radiant on the first ever act on console, so I know what needs to be played and what doesn't really need to be played on console. If you guys like these different type of videos, please make sure to leave a like. If we get 500 likes this video, I would definitely do more of these types of videos. I'm just not sure if you guys would like them, but I've been getting asked almost every single video to do a agent tier list, so I'm going to start right now. The first one I'm going to be starting with is Breach. Now Breach is definitely strong on console solely because of his flashes and his stuns. Overall, he is just a very good agent. I wouldn't say you could pick him on every single map because there's definitely better initiators. But if you know how to use his flashes properly, he is going to be a real annoying agent to go up against. Almost every single flash on console is S tier, other than maybe like Skies. So I'm going to give Breach a good, I'd say B. I think there are definitely better initiators. But on console, I almost kind of want to put him on A just because of his flash alone. Now, of course, different types of maps, he's definitely like S and must need. But overall, on console, I think he's a good B. Brimstone, really good agent. On console, not so much because it is a TDM meta. This doesn't mean he's bad, but I do think that there's just better smokes than him. He is pretty strong on bind, especially if you know lineups, but overall, I think with the TDM meta, he's good on C. Cypher, our first S. I don't think there is really much to say about that. I mean, his trips are almost impossible to break if you don't have util. He can stop pushes, you literally avoid him if he's on a site. I think he's just S. His util is just so strong. The fact that you can have 2 trips that are unlimited range, I mean, it's just hard to beat that. He's the best Sentinel in the game right now. Now we're going on to Clove, and you guys already know how I feel about this. She is definitely S. With how the meta is right now on console, it is quite literally just a run and gun. It's who can shoot their gun better. And with Clove, I just feel like I'm in so much control, especially when I have my ult available. Her ult allows you to play very, very aggressive. And if you're not really comfortable on the control role and you are more of like a duelist type, she is amazing. Her pick-me-up ability on console, broken. I think it is one of the best abilities in the game. Now I could be biased on this because I do play a lot of Clove, but the fact that she can have 150 HP as well as with a speed boost on console, I think it is the most broken thing in the game. Well, not the most broken, but pretty close to it. I just think she's just too strong. Now I am subject to change these around at the end of the video, but this is how I'm feeling right now. The fact that you can have 2 lives in a round, especially when on console right now, your teammates are usually either really good or really bad. And the fact that if you die very stupidly, you can have a second chance in that round completely changes the game. So I do think she is one of the easiest controllers to use and also the best controller to use. Deadlock, C. I think that her util, if used well, is really good. I don't see a reason why you would pick her over Cypher. I almost kind of want to put her in D, but she's not bad. Like, her util is good. It's just, I just don't see a reason why you would pick her over Cypher. She doesn't really have much. Her wall is definitely really good for to counter rushes, but even then, if the attacker team does know what they're doing, you're just going to be able to get countered. So I feel good about leaving her at C. I don't think she's B, and I don't think she's like really bad. So yeah, Deadlock at C. Yeah, I mean, her ult's decent. Her Gravnet's probably the best thing in her kit. And yeah, there's just better options to pick. Fade, I think she's also going to be... Honestly, I kind of want to put her in B because she's actually not as bad as people think. She's really good for info, but I think on console, Sova is just a lot stronger than her. The only map you would really pick her on is Lotus, and even then, I mean, you could pick Breach, you could pick Gecko, like, there's different options, so... that doesn't mean her util is bad, but right now, I think she's okay, she's just okay. Now we go over to Gecko. Gecko is going to be an easy A. I think he is the best initiator in the game. I don't think he's S, but I do think how the meta is, being able to make wingman plant and defuse is just so strong. His ult's always good. His flash is always good. I mean, he has a molly. I mean, there's really nothing bad about him. I think he should be picked on almost every map. Now, of course, Sova's definitely going to be a contender for him. But as of right now on console, I think he's just easy to use as well. I'm going to be rating these on how easy it is to use. We go over to Harbor, D. I think that he is just way too hard to use. 1 and 2, he doesn't, even when you know how to use him, he's still not that good. This is the first ever D tier character. In my opinion, I just see no reason to use him at all. Now, he's not bad, but for how the console meta is right now, he is just, there's no need. And even on PC or like anywhere, it's just, he's horrible. Now, of course, if you're VCT, you could probably make him work, but there's really no reason to use him. That's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, all of his abilities are just meh. It's okay. ISO, easy S. I think he is actually one of the best characters I think he is the best character in the game. If you know what you're doing and you know when to pop his shield, he is pre-nerfed ISO. The only thing the nerf did to him is make you like worried about when you should pop your shield. But even then, on console, having a shield in front of your whole body, it's almost impossible to beat. The only way you're going to beat an ISO is if he whiffs or he's not looking at you. Other than that, he is the best duelist in the game, and I do think that they do have to rework him. Personally, I think he's broken. I think he's a horrible character design, and I do think Valorant needs to rework him. Now we're on to Jett. Jett is definitely going to be A tier. I think Jett does struggle a little bit on console because the movement is a lot harder and you can't really make those like crazy plays with Jett. But I do think the reason you would pick Jett is to make space, and she does that amazingly. She can make space for your team, you can play aggressive with her, and her ult is pretty good. Now, she is a little bit harder to play, so a lot of new players are probably not going to go over to Jett. Like, if you were new, I would just say play ISO or even Phoenix. Now, if you do know what you're doing or you like to op, I think Jett is the best duelist to play. Personally, this is who I main. I main Jett and Clove. I think Jett is the best duelist to op on, and she is just overall very versatile. But I don't think she deserves S because on console, she is hard to use. And making plays on her is kind of hard to do because, you know, especially if you're on a slow sense, she is very, very difficult to find value out of. And that's going to be the reason why I can't put her in S. But as much as I would love to put her in S, I just think she could even be B, to be fair. But she could either be B or A. I'm going to put her in A for now, but I might change her to B. Just on console, it's very hard to find value out of her. But I'm going to put her in A just because I think you can op on her the best. Now we go over to KO. KO is a good B. I think KO is never a bad pick. He's really good for information. His flashes are amazing on console. If you know how to use his flashes, it's going to be a big advantage. And yeah, his ult is really good. His molly is always good to stop a push. Overall, he's a solid character. I think he's really good in B. Killjoy, I'm going to give her an A. I think this is an easy A. I don't think there's anything wrong with her. I think she's S tier on certain maps, but I don't think she's broken. So I think A is a very, very good spot for her. Her ultimate is amazing. She's a must pick on certain maps, but yeah, honestly, like I kind of want to put Cypher in A now because thinking about it, Cypher is not good on every single map. Because if I'm putting Killjoy in A, I think I need to put Cypher in A. I don't think like, I think these guys should be like in the same bracket. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Cypher down in A, but that doesn't mean he's like any less strong. He is quite literally like one of the most broken characters in the game. He just has amazing util. Killjoy has amazing util. If you're playing Sentinel role, it's either you play Cypher or Killjoy. I mean, these two are like the strongest characters on the Sentinel role. Neon, honestly, if you know how to play her S, overall, I think she's going to be in B. I think that she is really, really hard to play, especially on console. She needs to be backed up with util, and I think on console right now, you don't really get that. So as a solo carry, she is going to be really, really hard. And on console, aim assist tracks her, so it's going to be really, really hard to find value. But I do think, like, if you know how to play Neon, she's like right here. She's not bad. Like, if you know how to play her, bro, like her ultimate OP, her slides OP, her wall is really good for making space, her shocks are amazing, like everything in her kit is amazing. But for the single fact that she needs to be backed up with util, and she's hard to play on console, she's going to be in B. Omen. Omen honestly is up here, but since we are talking about console, I mean a good Omen's up here. Same with Neon, a good Omen's up here, but I think Omen gets overshadowed by Clove, in my opinion. I kind of want to put Omen in A. A good Omen's going to be so annoying to go up against, and I'm considering if I should put him in B or A. It's just that Clove is so good if you want to play controller but also solo carry. She is so strong right now on console, and I just feel like she deserves to be S. And if I put Clove in S, I don't think I could put Omen in S because I mean Omen's so good though. I'm gonna put Omen in A. I think actually I'm gonna put him in B solely for the fact that he is hard to play, but if you know how to play him, he's S. But just because he's hard to play, he's gonna be in B. There's definitely good Omens. And this is, remember, this is talking about console right now. This is like the beginning of console where nobody knows what they're doing and everyone is lost. So Omen's gonna be in B. I might change him, but we'll see. Now we go on to Phoenix. Phoenix is S. I think this is an easy S. I think if you put him anywhere else, I think you are delusional. I do think that Phoenix is, if ISO wasn't in the game, the best duelist in the game. The single fact that he can heal himself, he has a ult that has 6 orbs that you have a second life with. He has undodgeable flashes. Arguably the best flash in the game on console. He quite literally is, he's just good at everything. He has a wall in case your teammates don't know how to smoke. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. He is quite literally the duelist. You can definitely solo carry with this character, and I don't think there is a stronger duelist other than ISO. If we're rating this in order, I think this is how it's gonna be. So then I would have to put Jet here, Cypher here, Killjoy here, Gecko's good, Omen's definitely top of B, Breach, Neon, KO, Fade's definitely top of here. Okay, I think this looks good. So this is in order now. I just made it in order. Now, of course I'm gonna change it, but this looks really good for now. Yeah, going over Phoenix again. Literally nothing wrong with him. Best flashes in the game. Heals himself. Walls himself off in case you don't have smokes. His ult is 6 orbs. Really good ultimate to entry into sight. I just think he is the perfect duelist. Now we go over to Raze. Raze is, I would put her in A, but she's not good on every single map. Her satchels are extremely difficult on console, and even when you do land your satchels, aim assist will take over and you will probably get shot out of the sky. But that doesn't mean she's a bad character. I think she's probably the top of B. I'm actually gonna put her at like the top of B. I think she is an amazing character. She honestly could be S, but because she's so hard to play, I'm gonna leave her in B. I might even put her in A. I might put her in A. I think she's above Jet. Yeah, she's definitely A. I mean, she could be B, but I'm thinking about putting her in B, like the top of B or the bottom of A. I think she's going to be, I'm going to put her on the top of B. I might change this, but for now, I think she's top of B. All of her util is amazing. The only thing I'm having struggles with is the fact that her satchels are very hard to use on console. If you know how to use her, she's an S. But just because of how hard she is to use on console, I'm going to put her in B. And because of the fact that it's more of like a run and down type of meta, I think Phoenix and ISO just like completely like go over her. Astra, I think she is bottom of C. She's really good with team util, but team util is not really a big thing on console right now. I think a good Astra is definitely going to be really annoying to go up against. I don't think she's weak in any means, but for the meta right now, she's just not really present. Like, I see really no reason to run her over Omen. If you want that range and smokes, I think Omen's just gonna be better in every single way. So, yeah, I think she's good at the bottom of C. Reyna. Now, this is definitely weird. She could either be like D tier or she could be S tier. But I do think if you don't like to op, I think she's another version of Jet where she's kind of just like, you can solo carry with her. It's just like, she's not ISO or Phoenix. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to put her in A. I just don't know if she's better than Jet. No, I actually, now looking at this list, there's no way I'm going to put Raze bottom of B and then Reyna in A. Okay, I'm going to change my mind. Raze is bottom of A, and I think Reyna is going to be B. Because if we're just looking at the duelists here, ISO, Phoenix, and then Jet and A with Raze. Then with the B, I think Reyna and Neon. Yeah, I think she's good, but I don't think she's broken. I think she's good if you're feeling yourself. She could definitely solo carry, but I'm not gonna lie, I just think Phoenix and ISO are just too strong. I mean, I don't see a reason why I would ever want to Reyna on my team if we had a Phoenix. Like, if you really want the flashes with her, you just go Phoenix. I mean, there's really no reason to pick her. But we are talking about the console meta right now. She can be bottom of A, but I don't know. I think she's gonna be bottom of A. I'm gonna leave her bottom of A. I'm probably gonna change it, but for now, this is kind of how I see her. Because if you are shooting and you do feel like good about your aim, I think she's honestly S. But overall, I just don't think she is S. So I'm gonna leave her at A, but I might change it. We'll see. Okay, now we go over to Chamber. If you are an op crutch and you only like opping, I think he's A. But for the most part, I see no reason to ever play him. Because, I mean, the two Sentinels right now are Cypher and Killjoy. I mean, you should never be playing this guy. That doesn't mean he's bad. It just means his utility is not good. And for a Sentinel, he is super weak. So I think he's above Brim, and I think he's above Astra. I do not think he's above Deadlock, though. Now, I mean, see, the thing is, like, if I'm playing Chamber, I know he's, like, A for me. But, of course, we're talking about console here. And I think utility just runs supreme. I think people are not really accustomed to dealing with Killjoy and Cypher util. So I'm going to put him below Deadlock. I think Deadlock is better than Chamber. But yeah, if you're an op crutch, he's really good, but other than that, he's not that good. Now we go over to Vice. I think she's a lot better than some characters on this list, but I don't think she's broken, and she's definitely not needed on every single map. Now, this is too early to really rate her properly, but for now, I think she's B. She's like the bottom of B. And I'm saying this because her wall is an unlimited chip. You can go anywhere, and it's information basically on attack. And then on defense, the wall in itself, I think, is the best ability on Sentinel. Being able to stop a full-on push and singling out the duelist that goes out first is very, very, very strong. And I do think her flash is one of the best on console. It's like a Phoenix flash that you could set up. It lasts pretty long. It's super quick. It's like you could set up a breach flash. I think that part of her is really strong. And her ultimate is decently strong. Now, this is too soon to really judge her, but I think she is definitely good. I just think she maybe needs to be paired up with like another Sentinel. She's not like a standalone Sentinel, I feel like. So I think I'm good at leaving her at B. Of course, this is subject to change, but for now, I think she's the bottom of B. Now we go over to Sage. I do think Sage is kind of weak, but do I think she's weaker than Deadlock? I'm not sure about that, actually. I don't know if she's stronger or weaker than Deadlock. I think I'm going to put her in the middle of the two Sentinels. I think she's better than Chamber because she can literally stop a rush just with her wall and her two slows. Just because of her wall and her two slows, but I don't think she's better than Deadlock just because Deadlock's util is unlimited. Her ultimate is really strong. Being able to res somebody is definitely super strong, but I don't think she's anything crazy. Now, I might change this, but this is just how I'm feeling right now, so we'll see. Sky, if we're talking about PC, I think she's like A or B. But if we're talking about console, I think her flashes are the worst flashes in the game. I think her flashes are only used for information. I don't think there's really other, like, it's not used for a flash. The flash literally lasts like 0.1 seconds. Like, you don't even get flashed by her. And I think that's a big part of her kit. She does have the dog, but I think there's just better options. And I don't think she's really good. Honestly, I might even put her in D. I mean, I don't think I would ever want a Sky on my team. But I do think her ultimate's really good. Her dog is really good for information. She's really mainly an information agent. So I don't think she's horrible. Is she better than Brimstone? I don't think so. I think she's, I don't know, I'm gonna put her in C. I think she's, like, if you pick her, it's not like a throw. I think she's C. I think if you pick her, it's not a throw, but I also don't think she's, like, amazing. I mean, she's really only used for information. Like, as an initiator, you kind of want to get your team out of sight, and by herself, I don't think she can really do that, other than, like, the dog. The flashes are so hard to get value out of. I think on defense she's a lot better, but I think I'm gonna leave her here. Now we go over to Sova, another initiator. He is definitely like A or S. I think he's gonna be. I think I'm gonna put him on the top of A. I think he's stronger than Killjoy. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely gonna leave him in the middle of A. I just don't know if he's better than Gecko, because Gecko right now, on console at least, is just super strong. You don't need any lineups for him. You don't really need to do anything. He's just easy to play, right? Sova, he's definitely a lot stronger with lineups, but he does hard counter like Cypher or like Killjoy. You could break his util with his shock darts. His recon dart, you cannot shoot on console. It is so hard. I just think he could even be S, but for the single fact that he is kind of hard to play, and I do think Gecko is really, really strong. And because Gecko is just so easy to play, I mean, I think Sova is good here. Actually, I don't know, because okay, seeing Reyna in A is actually getting me annoyed. I actually don't think she's good, but like ISO's in the game, so why would you play Reyna? That's the thing about Reyna. She's really easy to play. So I do think that she does deserve to be up there. I think that's how I'm going to leave it. I'm definitely going to change a lot of this at the end of the video, but yeah, this is what it looks like right now. Viper, easy A. I think the map she's good on, she's S. Actually, she might even be S, because like there's some maps where you need her. Like, but I don't think she is above Cypher. So I think she's good A. No, Sova has to be above. I think Sova's like right here. I think Sova is better than Killjoy. I think Sova is definitely better than Viper. Of course I do two different things, but Sova is just a lot better on a lot more maps. Viper, you really only have to play her on like Icebox, and I'm not thinking of any other map right now, but she's really good honestly on every single map. But you could probably make her work on most of the maps. And then we have Yoru. He is so strong if you know how to use him, but nobody knows how to use him. He's really hard to play. That's the thing with these tier lists, is like I'm rating these characters on how hard they are to play, but I mean, if like we were just talking about how he is as a character, I think he's A. But of course, this is console. A lot of people don't know how to play him. It's kind of hard to solo carry with him. I think his TPs are definitely really nice on defense. You could teleport across like different sites, but I don't think he's that good. I think he's above Sky. I think he's above Astra, but I don't think he's stronger than Brim. I really don't. I think, and even like Chamber, I don't think Chamber is stronger than Brim. I think he's good in C. Okay, now that I'm done with all the characters, I'm gonna go over this list and see if I have to change anything. Okay, so some things I changed so far. I think Reyna, if I'm putting Raze up here, I think Reyna as a solo carry, she's definitely really strong on console. So if I'm putting Jet up here, if I'm putting Raze up here, I think it's just like needed to put Reyna. Gecko, I'd put a little bit lower just because I think Sova, I mean, the fact that Gecko is so easy to play makes me want to put him above Sova. But we are talking about console here, so I think Gecko is just like too easy to play. I mean, Sova is definitely like S, but right now he's B. I put Killjoy one tier lower as well, just because I think Cypher is just too easy to play. Killjoy, you need a little bit more of like setups. Cypher, if you know the basic trips, you're gonna find crazy util and crazy like value out of just picking him. Viper as well, I put Viper a tier lower just because in console, you don't really need to play her other than like Icebox. I mean, she's good. Like she's honestly S, but she's S on Icebox. But I mean, overall, I just think she's eh. Looking at this list, Neon can definitely go down to C. I mean, it just feels so wrong putting her at C because I mean, like she's realistically S. She's just so hard to find value out of right now. But I do think that you can solo carry with her if you know what you're doing. I think I'm going to put her in, I think I have to put her in C. I think you're definitely going to find more value out of Fade than you are Neon, and I do think Fade is a lot stronger than Neon. Now looking at it, I think Fade is B tier. Fade does not belong in C. I think she's just really good for information. I'm going to move Vise in front of KO. I think she is really, I just think she's a little bit stronger than KO. Of course, in their different ways, but I think her flash itself just puts her up here because her flash is undodgeable on console. So I think with how easy Sage is, I think she deserves B. because she can stop like an entire push if you know what you're doing. Because the fact that she is so easy to play, I'm gonna put her in B. I think looking at this list, it is to my standard. Would I change some things? Yes. But for console, I think on how strong these characters are, I think these are in good spots. Remember, I'm not judging these characters on how hard you can solo carry with them, but I'm judging these characters on how strong they are on console. But I think that's about it for my tier list. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Please make sure to leave a like. It means a lot to me. Also, I stream on Twitch every single day. Twitch.tv/LonelyAlex. It would mean a lot to me if you guys went to go follow. But yeah, thank you for watching the entire video. It means a lot. Or you skip to the end of the video to see the final result. But overall, thank you for clicking on the video. I truly, truly do appreciate your support. Let me know if there's any other videos you guys want to see from me. But that's about it for the tier list. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.